Okay, I guess we're going to get started just in a moment. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for jumping on the webinar with me this evening. It is evening here in California. It's actually a little past 6:30 p.m., and we're going to get started. First of all, again, I want to thank you for just joining me to celebrate Strive Principle 3, which is relationships for the month of March. In saying that, gain and maintain strong relationships. This is vital to your personal and professional success, something that I talk about very often at Strive Wealth Builders. If you attended our last month webinar, we celebrated truth, which is Strive Principle number 2, which is tell the truth about your financial status. I'm going to talk about today relationships and what and who is your circle of influence. And saying that, I have a little illustration here that I'd like for you to review. Now, I'll tell you exactly what it means because it's a little blurry and I apologize for that. But let's just start with you. You. You're in the middle of this circle of influence that you have created for yourself and that was given to you by God, right? Your family. So you're in the middle. It starts with self love, self respect, and self value. So that's where it starts, right there with you. And then it spreads out to your family, to your friends, to your mentors, to organizations that you may be a part of, to your clients, business partners, employees, your supervisors, and it goes even further into your business associates. And let's not forget our neighbors and our service providers and the overall general public. That's our immediate circle of influence. Now, I'm Deetra Harris. I am the Managing Director for Strive Wealth Builders. We are a business club for real estate investors. Please visit our website at Strive Wealth Builders if you are new to our platform. We are a network of investors, all levels of experience. We provide training and real estate for those newbies, as well as community support through housing clinics. We help the low income families find housing. And also, we provide coat drives and we do a lot of fun things in the community to help our community thrive. And that's one of the favorite parts that I love about managing Strive Wealth Builders is giving back to our community. What is STRIVE? STRIVE is an acronym. It represents personal development. Now, we all know that real estate is a relationship business, and it's highly important to make sure that you are taking care of self before your business because it's very highly unlikely that you can take care of all those moving parts in your business if it doesn't start with self. And so I built in Strive principle into our network because one, I needed it. I've been running and managing Strive Wealth Builders for the last 7 years, and I'll tell you, I've been practicing these principles for the last 7 years, and it has really helped me to stay focused on my personal life, and then also to stay focused on my business life as well. It has really helped. And so we start with sacrifice, and we run through a 6 months in a rotation schedule for truth and relationships and integrity and value and education. And we put all these together in 6 months and then we start all over again. This process is for life. And we fall short as humans, and we are human, and sometimes we beat ourselves up way too often. So it's really important for us to stay focused. And this, again, is about you. It's not about your children. It's not about your spouse, your loved ones, and so on. It's about you, and it starts with you. And that's why it's called personal development. It's very personal. So let me tell you a little bit more about the rotation that we practice in these six principles. We start with sacrifice in January, February, truth, relationships in March. We're in March, and so we are celebrating relationships. Next month in April, we will celebrate integrity, and then we'll move to May with value, and in June, education. and then we start back over again. Now, of course, we practice these principles throughout the whole year. But what helps is when we repeat it, just like reading a book, you have to read it a few times before it starts to soak in, and then you have to get out of that mindset of and change your routine, and this helps you to do that. So I encourage you to please give it a try. So, what will you discover here? Who's your circle of influence? So, who are the people that's in your life, your immediate people? What relationships are toxic? And it's great if you don't have any toxic relationships and you're on the right path. But I don't know many people that don't have a toxic relationship somewhere in their immediate circle of influence. So, we'll have to look at that. Who's, what's your part in the relationships? We all have a part in our relationships. Um, how do you bring value to your relationships? And how do you build strong relationships? I'm going to give you some tips on that. So it starts here. What's your circle of influence? What relationships are toxic? So again, I have this illustration, and what I am showing here is starting with family. Let's think about what family members are, your immediate family members. So I'm not talking about long distance cousins and people you've never met. I'm talking about your immediate circle of influence when it comes to your family. From your parents, your children, your spouse, that close cousin, your sister, your brothers, all these people that are your immediate circle of influence. And then I want you to do the same with friends. What, who are your friends? Who do you talk to on a regular basis? At least a few times a year. That's what I'm getting at here. Okay, not someone you rarely talk about. I'm talking about your immediate circle of influence. Mentors, organizations that you may be a part of, church, um, chambers of commerce, strive wealth builders. You may have meetup groups, other groups that you're a part of. And sometimes we have to look at, well, maybe I don't have a mentor. I'm not a part of an organization. So those areas that you feel that you can't pencil in that's in your immediate circle, then we want to start working on that. We want to start stepping out of your box and start to meet people and create that circle of influence that works for you and your goals and your future. Clients, right? So you may own your own business, so you have clients. Or if you have rentals, such as we have rentals, our clients are our tenants. Those are our clients. And what kind of relationships do you have with your tenants, with your clients, business partners, and employees, and your boss, your supervisors? What type of relationships do you have with them? Are they toxic? You have any toxic relationships? A lot of times I've talked to many people that just hate their jobs. They don't want to get up in the morning and go to work because they have a boss that they just cannot stand. They just rather not look at them. But we have to pay those bills. So we get up and we do it anyway, even though it's a gut feeling in our bones and in our stomach, and we want to make changes. You should make changes if you are feeling that way. You should make those changes. Business associates, you may have a business associate that you've gotten in bed with and you certainly regret it. Um, and you may have business associations that you have a wonderful relationships. Everything is in alignment, and you're progressing just as you should. And so those are great relationships. We sometimes forget our service providers, those people that are delivering our mail, picking up our um, garbage, you know, working the grocery stores, your local market. A lot of times we forget those people. Those people are in our immediate circle of influence as well. And your pets, I don't have any pets, but I know a lot of people that have pets, and those pets, they're family members. So you have relationships with pets as well. Your neighbors, who's living next door, who's living across the street. Do you say hi to your neighbors? Do you have any type of relationship with your neighbors? Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be best friends, but just how do you communicate with your immediate circle of influence? Because they do impact your lives. We may not consciously think of it that way, but it's very, very true. And then the overall general public. You get up in the mornings and you get ready for work or, for a project, or maybe you're going for a walk and you're walking around your neighborhood. How do you interact with the general public? When you walk into a grocery store, to a shopping center, um, when you have to go maybe pay a bill and you walk in and pay a bill, are you a Debbie Downer? Are you mean and angry and always, it's just no one wants to see you come around? So these are some of the things we want to look at. And then if you are that type of personality type, then we want you to look at self love, self respect, self value, and you'll start to see changes in you. And those toxic relationships, they just start to disappear. So, again, who's your immediate circle of influence? Think about that just for a moment. Um, when we give personal development courses um, and we design a strategy for you in your personal life, we really dig into specifically who are these people and how do they impact your life in a positive way or in a negative way. And sometimes we have to get rid of those people out of our lives, even family members. It can even be your children. If it's toxic, we have to find a way to get it out of our life because it's unhealthy. It really is. We can love from a distance, we can support from a distance, we can give from a distance, but we do not have to allow someone to make us feel bad, to devalue us. And that's really important in moving forward in your life and building great relationships. You want to surround yourself with like minded people, people that contribute to your success, people that uplift you. You want to be around successful people that are going somewhere, that's positive. All this is very important. And I am saying this from experience. I am here, sitting here, sharing this with you today from experience because I've had to um, let really close friendships go because it was so toxic in my life. And it's a very challenging thing, but I tell you, you'll get through it, and life will be better for you once you make that step and make that decision. So, what's your part, and how do you bring value? So we're not always just taking, taking, taking. Some people just take, take, take. They don't ever want to give back. Just take, take, take. They don't, they want you to give them referrals. They want you to buy their product. Uh, they want you to introduce them to someone that you may know. Take, take, take. And they don't give back. It's a two-way street. We have to all eat at the same table. It's a hard pill to swallow, right? When you have to make these really strong decisions about your life and who's in your life. This is vital. This is very important to you being successful in your real estate business. Any business is very important. Real estate is a relationship business, period. You have to do your part. You have to give back. If someone gives you a referral, and if you know someone that could be helpful to someone else, doesn't take much time for you to make that introduction. Doesn't take much time for you to send someone a gift card if they have given you a referral and that you have profit from, or it brings value to your life. That's giving back. How do you bring value to your relationships, from family to friends to mentors to organizations and all the way around to your neighbors? How do you bring value? Bringing value doesn't always have to be um, monetarily. This doesn't always involve money. Okay, you can bring value to your neighbors by not having the parties and all the noise and things to that affects their quiet enjoyment. That's bringing value to your neighbors. You don't have to invite them over to have a cocktail or a drink or anything. You can just be respectful, and that's bringing value to your relationship with your neighbor. And there's many examples of that. Now here's a few tips on building strong relationships. So the first one is really important. Do not judge someone based on their appearance. So this is a hard, challenging, thing for a lot of people, especially in our country where we are conditioned to uh, judge someone based on their appearance. And I strongly encourage those that have that problem, it is a problem, to work on that and not judge people based on their appearance, but how they treat you and what relationship that you have established with them. That's what you should base it on. Okay, everyone is different and from every walk of life. And God has made us all equally beautiful. And so that's very important not to judge someone based on their appearance. Be yourself. Everyone is not going to like you. So what? Who gives a mm, be yourself? Because out of millions and millions of people in this world, guarantee you, you will find that circle of influence that loves you, that supports you, that wants you to do good in life. So just be yourself. I can't even give you any more advice than that. Be yourself. Introduce yourself and do not be afraid of rejection. A lot of us, we don't like to hear the word no, or we want to be liked. I fit into that. I would like to be liked. I'd like to be liked as well. But I can't focus and live my life based on what someone else thinks. We're so consumed with someone else thinks. Well, what about what do you think about you? That goes back to self-love, self-respect, and self value. And once you have that, it doesn't matter if someone doesn't like you. So what? Now, introduce yourself. So that's building your network. A lot of people, we have A type, B type personalities, introverts, extroverts, people that have no problem introducing themselves to new people. So I strongly encourage you to introduce yourself to someone that you don't know, someone that you find attractive in terms of where they're heading in their life, what they're doing, and they're successful, where you want to be, someone that can be encouraging to you. And sometimes it feels so hard to do because I talk to a lot of my clients about this, building relationships and stepping out of the box and meeting people and engaging into conversations at networks, attending meetings. And I just had a conversation with one of my clients earlier today. And she said, I don't want to, connect with anyone on bigger pockets or connected investors because I don't have anything to offer. And I had to let her know that is so untrue. It's a mindset. You have so much to offer. We're in the business of making money in real estate. It's a relationship business. Um, OPM, other people's money. We all use other people's money. So we go to the ATM, you pull money out, we're using other people's money. You go to the grocery store and you buy something or some other service provider, you're giving them their money, someone else is going to use your money. That's the way this world works. The money circulates. And so don't miss the boat. Get out there and get some of that money. Get some of that money. There's a lot of it out there. Okay. So again, be trustworthy. That is number one. No one wants to work with you and invest with you or partner with you if they don't trust you. So that says it all. I'll leave that alone. Be trustworthy. Do exactly what you say you're going to do, and when you can't do it, let someone know that you can't do it. If you can't make a meeting because you're tied up, send that person a text or give them a call or email and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't make that. Can we reschedule?" Don't just leave them hanging. You know, that's just not the right thing to do to someone. You wouldn't want it to happen to you or someone to treat you that way. Be willing to share and give back. I talked about that. What is your part? You know, how do you bring value to someone? And I guarantee you it will come back in tenfolds to you. And you probably heard that slang somewhere. I hear from God for those that believe in God. Stay in contact and be accountable. It's very important to follow up and to stay in contact with those that you're meeting, with your loved ones, and so on. Let them know that I'm here, I love you. Is there anything I can do for you? Okay. And also share with everyone you know about your real estate investing business. From everyone on that list that I just said that's in your circle of influence should know that you are a real estate professional, because everyone knows anyone and they're your walking advertisement. So be sure to get out there and build strong relationships. Recharge your life with Strive principles. So how can you do that? Starts by attending webinars such as this. Again, every month I will give a webinar based on our Strive principles. So next month I will be talking about integrity. Now, integrity, that's the trustworthiness, right? Uh, and having high standards of integrity. That's really important. So I'll be talking about that next month. Read Strive principles. So I've written a workbook, and it's available for you to take advantage of. You can read through that. It describes all of our principles. It has worksheets in there, assignments, and it's really focused on you and building your personal development success. It's a plan for you in personal development. I give personalized workshops. Again, if you like Strive principles and you want me to design a personal workshop just for you, between you and I, it's very confidential, and we work on self. It's all about you and encouraging you to be a better person, to make better financial decisions, and just be happy in life. You deserve it. We all deserve to be happy, and we all deserve to have exactly what we want, right? We also give annual Strive Principles Retreat. Now I know this is the pandemic, so I have to see what's going to happen this year. But typically, we will host it around July or August, and we go away for the weekend, and we just have a really great time. And we focus on self and self improvement and value and love and good. And we're not, singing no kumbaya, but it's kind of similar to that. We also give Strive real estate investing training courses. Now, when you participate in one of our training courses, you automatically get Strive principles and the concepts of Strive principles. So that's the bonus that you get from participating in one of our real estate training courses. So jump on the bandwagon and learn Strive principles. Again, I talked about the workbook. Here it is. Here's the workbook. The workbook, you can get it today for 50% off. You can also find it in our training center. But if you go to our training center after the webinar, you will not get that 50% off. So you can get it for $12.49 with no shipping charges. There is the link on the screen, and hopefully you can take your phone right now, take a picture of that, write it down, and that's how you can get this workbook, um, which you can only get it from Strive Wealth Builders and are from the book patch. And again, 1247, very low cost to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Strive Principles, a 6-month personal growth process repeated for a lifetime. So make the sacrifice to recharge your life. And this is a concept that I wrote myself. So it's definitely one of a kind. So how can you reach me? Please do. I love talking to people. I love people. Well, not all people. Um, but I'm growing my circle of influence every day. So I meet really great people through Strive Wealth Builders from across the country. It's amazing. But you can reach me. My email is deetra@strivewealthbuilders.com. You can call our office. We're located at the Atrium Plaza at 828 San Pablo Avenue, Suite 106C in Albany, California. We are open actually for business through the pandemic. We are practicing social distancing. So if you want to come by the office, it's probably best that you give me a call and let's schedule an appointment. Our office number is 510-833-2154. I'm extension number 1. And again, for those that are new to Strive Wealth Builders, please visit our website at strivewealthbuilders.com. There is no membership fee to join our network. Jump right on in, start meeting people and building those strong relationships. Now, for everybody that attended today, we will be sending you our bonus money management workbook. I talk about money a lot, but more importantly, when for our Strive Principle Truth, which is number 2, we discuss your financial lifestyle and how important is that in order to be successful. So, nonetheless, everyone that's attending today, I want to sincerely thank you. It's a pleasure to be able to present to you. And I'm so very honored that you have decided to take out your time this evening and to listen to the webinar about relationships. I truly hope that you have found some value in listening to the webinar and you can start to build those strong relationships and get rid of those toxic relationships. I hope to see you next month when I discuss integrity. So thank you once again, and everyone, please have a great night. Oh, maybe I should ask this. If there's anyone that has any questions, I should check the Q&A box before I leave for this evening. Again, I want to thank all of you for joining me, and I have this really big smile on my face because this is a feel good for me. This is a happy place. So if you have any questions, take a couple of minutes to drop it in the Q&A box. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Okay, I guess everyone's good, huh? Well, maybe that means that I did a great job. So again, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you at the next month webinar, which is integrity. Have a good night.